what we are doing right now. Okay, so hold on. Make myself the speaker for now. Okay, yay. All right, welcome everybody. So I am Heather Shipley. I don't know how to, owner, I guess. Weird to say that, but coach for Faith Over Fear Fit Fam, and I have my leaders here with me. So Tanya, Selena, both Kayla's, Hannah. Is that everybody? Shake your head, leaders. Yes. Okay. So welcome to our very first. We've never done it to this extent before. Usually when you join our teams, there is a 14-day self-led kind of training. And we just felt like as a team, we wanted just kind of a hands-on, one-on-one type mentorship experience. And in this group, we've got brand new coaches. So welcome to the team. We've got old, don't want to call them old, but older coaches or coaches that have been here a little bit that maybe haven't gone off the ground running and are ready, or maybe you did for a while, but you need a reset. So just really glad that you are here and a part of this coach mentorship. So tonight, what we're going to do is we call it our getting started right call. So I am going to go kind of through all of the things at the 10,000 foot level. And this is a Zoom, so it's very interactive. You can ask all the questions that you want at the end. We'll kind of open the floor up so you can ask any questions, as well as anything that you think of as we're talking. You also can chat. So I want to encourage you guys to show your faces on team calls. So show your faces on here. Don't be afraid to speak up. This is a family. This is a small, intimate environment. Really, over these next 3 weeks, we are going to be a family, in the trenches together. All of us leaders are actually going back through Coach University as well, because it's really good just to refresh, because we're calling this firm foundations. And we wanted to kind of call it this because I don't know if you guys have ever, when you build a house, you've got to lay the foundation first, and you can't just pour the slab or start building on, kind of shaky ground, right? You've got to dig a solid foundation. And for us, the team, our solid foundation is faith and also mindset. And so you're going to hear us talk a ton about that and taking care of yourself. Coaching is fun, and we're going to talk about all the things that go into that as well. But I really want you guys to open your minds and hearts to laying this firm foundation to what it takes to be a successful coach and successful on your journey. So without further ado, I am going to share my screen. Not to panic at the disco. Let's see. Here is the presentation. All right. I still haven't figured out how to go in presentation mode with this without I like to see you guys' faces. So anyways, can you guys see the slideshow? Shake your head. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So this is the Getting Started Right call. Welcome, firm foundations for getting your business up and running. First things first, and again, use the chat if you guys have questions as I'm going through. The first thing that you want to do in this journey is your main job is to focus on you, okay? You've probably heard the phrase, you can't pour from an empty cup. Really, whatever's in your cup is what's going to spill over, even when you don't have a lot in the cup. Whatever is in the cup, that's what's going to come out. And so you've got to take care of yourself first and foremost. So 6 rules to taking care of yourself. First thing is commit. And sometimes I think in the coaching journey, get water, hold on. I've been teaching all day. So in the coaching journey, sometimes there's this, when you become a coach day and then your decision day. Hopefully for you, those 2 days are the same. I know my date, I'll never forget it, was February 20th, 2017. And some of you guys on here may have your day that you became a coach and inside your head that was the day. And then you may also, hopefully today is the day that you have your decision day. So you got to commit And you've got to live and love the lifestyle of taking care of yourself first and foremost. Because if you're not taking care of you, how do you expect to be helping and taking care of other people? You are the example. So that's the first thing, is taking care of yourself. The second thing is getting to know the products and the programs. And I'm going to show you guys kind of how I got to know the programs besides doing them myself. But you don't have to do all 75 programs to know about them. So getting to know the programs, and so you can get to know people and get to know, kind of connect them with the solution that is going to help them the most. The third thing is sharing your journey authentically. And by that, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? You're going to see other coaches out there that have these like perfectly Pinterest profiles where everything seems perfectly curated and they say all of these perfect things. And I want to urge you, especially too, we talked about this, me and the leaders earlier today, that I think we forget sometimes, like, don't look at our right now. Scroll back to our beginnings. I had one of my coaches, I think she's on, but one of my coaches screenshotted my like very beginning timeline. It was like, it was like a disgusting wrap that I posted and my containers and all these like ridiculous things. And she was like, this gives me hope for coaching because this isn't perfect. And so I want you to just share your journey. People are going to trust you if you show up. And so at the beginning, I showed up day 1, day 2, day 3. And so really just sharing your journey authentically, the good, the bad, the days you don't want to press play, the days you don't want to get up. People are going to relate to the journey and not the destination. So start sharing right away. You want to help people change their lives with the programs, products, and the community. I think the community and our foundation of faith is something that not every team has. And so a lot of us really lead with the love aspect of what we offer. We're not just peddling programs and products and all of that to people, because you can get that anywhere. You can go to YouTube, you can go to Pinterest. For us, the really big difference in our team is the sisterhood and the firm foundation that we're offering people to get healthy from the inside out. So you want to help people on the same journey that you're going through. And that doesn't mean that you have to be the coach, or we're not personal trainers. We're not nutritionists. We're people that are relating with people in the same climb that they're going through. So take the pressure off of yourself to be perfect. Just relate and help other people on the journey as well. It's kind of like one of my coaches said, it's like when you're on the airplane and they say to put your air mask on first before you help other people with theirs. That's what this is. You've got to put your oxygen on first, take care of yourself, and then put other people's oxygen masks on. The fifth thing is telling your challengers that they can help other people change their lives. So I always plant the seed. Like, do you know that you can, I think some people don't know sometimes that you can invite your friends and your family and your sister and your sister-in-law on this journey with you. And as a coach or a discount coach, you actually can get at least a $50 referral for every single one. So plant the seed and encourage. Your coaches are going to come from your challengers. So encourage your people to help people and share their journeys as well. And just to reiterate it, in case you didn't catch it the first time, is take care of you. You must help yourself before you help others. So I'm going to stop there and see if my leaders have anything. Everybody's just saying excited and all of that. So if you have any questions as I'm going through this, please feel free to utilize it. I'm going to stop there and see if my leaders have anything to add to that, taking care of you. Anybody have anything to add? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Wait, did somebody unmute?
I did.
Go. I can't see everybody's face.
I just wanted to add to it, just talking about, like you said, taking care of yourself and not looking at everything that everybody else is doing. Just because I remember Heather would always tell me, people they're looking at you and coming to you because of you, not because of other people. So just really, do what you're doing. Don't get discouraged by anybody else or anything like that.
Absolutely. I love that. And it's true. I mean, people, so like I said, you can go to Pinterest, you can go to YouTube. People can get meal plans and workouts from anywhere, but they're going to come to you because they trust you and they've seen you showing up. And so that's what you want to do, is take care of yourself and show up every single day, and those people want what you have. There's only one you, and there's something unique that you're bringing to the table for your circle of people. Your circle of influence needs you. So yes, that's awesome. Thank you, Kayla. All right. Next thing is utilizing your resources. Last year at Summit, which is our national annual conference for the company, they said there is no lack of resources, there's a lack of resourcefulness. And I was like, ooh, that's a little strong. But they were right. There are so many resources, especially our team. My team is number 30 in the company. My coach's team is number 3. Her coach's team is number 1. So there's really no need to reinvent the wheel here. There are so many resources. I think the problem you may have is the opposite. There's going to be so many resources that you're going to want to watch all the things and not take action. But I am going to show you guys, as I share my screen, I think I have most of them pulled up, some of these resources. The first thing is the Coach Online Office. I'm actually going to sign into Brandon's account and show you guys a couple of things. So you want to get into the Coach Online Office. You want to get to know all of these things in here. This is your home dashboard. So from here, you'll see what your rank is and your qualification status and things like that. This is where you'll see if you're qualified for Success Club or not. Brandon needs to get to work this month. No, I'm kidding. But you can go to Grow My Business. This is where, if you guys are like, how do I run a challenge group? We have a team, a very large team challenge group called Faith Over Fear Fit Club. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Each of your coaches probably has a smaller, more intimate challenge group setting, but some of you guys may want to take care of your people in a small setting. So if you've got 2 to 3 challengers, you're welcome to even run your own challenge group. And the challenge group tools right here, there are challenge group guides. So for any program, there's actually a generic one for if you've got multiple people doing a bunch of different programs. But again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are images and prompts every day that you could just take and post in your Facebook group or the My Challenge Tracker app and run your own challenge group. With product launch, there's images and videos and all that kind of stuff in here. You can send emails. You want to set up your website, and then Share a Cart is how we send people challenge packs. So you never ever want to send people your link or anything like that. You want to get to know them, and Coach University is going to teach you how to do all of that. I'll actually show you guys my screen. I'll mirror my phone to the computer one day and show you my process for inviting, but you never want to share your link. You want to get to know the person, and you want to send them a Share a Cart from here. Monitor My Business. You guys want to get to know this section of the website and look at it daily. The thing that I use the most here is sponsorship drill down. You will never, do not ever look at graphical genealogy. It's really confusing. You're going to have a bunch of people in there that you don't know who they are. That shows people that have been added since you. But sponsorship drill down is if you're going for rank advancements and things like that, sponsorship drill down is what you want to check all of the time. The other thing that's important for you guys is with the earnings and commissions, you want to go ahead and set up My EFT management if you haven't already. So you can go ahead and get the direct deposit and not get the paper check. The paper check does have a small monetary deduction from it for the paper check. So you want to get all of your money and make sure that you have that direct deposit set up. There are other things in there like Success Club and Road to Elite and lead programs, and we're going to talk about that as we go through this Coach Sneak Peek. So there are that things. Again, when we talk about the Coach Sneak, we're going to talk about Success Club and Elite and Premier and what all of that means. There are events in there. There are every quarter, there's a super weekend. There is Coach Summit that is coming up in July. And a lot of us are going to that. I don't think it's too late to go to that if you're a brand new coach. So if you're eager, get to Coach Summit. I know that my grandma coach says that if you're serious about coaching and you want this business to work, you will get your bouquet to Coach Summit. So I'm really excited about that. We've got a team house, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. There is a training tab in there. Feel free to do that, but I'm a little bit partial to the training that we are actually providing. So there's plenty of training libraries in there as well, but Coach University is going to give you everything you need. And then support if you ever need to chat. There are the FAQs. I'm going to talk about those in a minute. But you want to get to know your back office and get to know it well. I think somebody chat, running your own helps build your relationship and bond with your challengers. Yeah, so if you run your own challenge group, I think a lot of our coaches actually have their own little, I had a text strand, and when it got bigger, I had a message thread in Facebook, and once it got bigger than that, I had a Facebook like group, and then I created, just kept building my Facebook group. But if you are, I worked full-time when I started as a coach, and really honestly just didn't have the time. I didn't feel like to keep up consistently with everything. And so I just put my people in my coaches challenge group for probably longer than I should have. But that is always an option. If you are a busy person, you can put people in the larger Faith Over Fear, and I'll show you guys that in a minute, the Faith Over Fear challenge group. And if you want to help out with prompts and things like that, you're welcome to do so, just so your people see your faces. And a lot of us coaches still utilize the larger Facebook page as our own challenge group, because you have to fill your own cup as well. So it's good for you to have a place that you can check in as well, that you're not constantly pouring into other people, that you are having other people pour into you as well. I'm trying to keep up with the chat as we go along. You can pair up with other coaches and start one with each other to share the love and responsibility. Yeah, that's a great idea. All right, so Coach Online Office, there's that. The team pages, I want to show you guys really quick. So for that, I'm going to hop over to Facebook. For the team pages, this is, if you are my personally sponsored coach, I have one. Your coach is going to have one as well. Most of us have crucial information for getting started coaching. We're going to go through all of this stuff during this mentorship as well. So make sure you connect with your personally sponsored coach to get in your coach's coach page. Also, our upline has a page called Coach Family. You 110% want to be a part of that. That is the number 1 coach, the number 3 coach, and then my team and all of my downline and everybody's. It's one big happy family. That's why we call it Coach Family. And this is just a page where you can seriously connect. We've got our team calendar in there, tons of training, and a great place to ask questions and things like that. And they're a very active page. So be part of the greater family that you're a part of as well. Again, an excellent resource. So wanted to share that. The other thing I wanted to mention is Coach FAQ. So a lot of times, if you guys have questions about programs or promotions and things like that, Coach FAQs, and I'm going to show you guys one really quick. It's bothering me. I'm going to X out of that. Okay, so if you type in literally anything, like you can Google, that's how I learned a lot of these things. I didn't have the Coach University in this training when I started coaching. I just Googled most things. And so there's a new program coming out, for example. And so if you Google Morning Meltdown 100 or any program, you just Google Beachbody Morning Meltdown 100 FAQ, and there will be all of the information on here. Pricing, how the program is. This is actually how I build out my scripts when I talk about programs. So please utilize the Beachbody FAQs as resources. They put a ton of information on there. Also, YouTube and Google are incredible. Like I said, if you don't know what it is, like you don't know how to get more followers on Instagram, or anything, Google it. There's an answer. I've taught myself how to do a lot of things through Google. Also, YouTube. This is one of my favorite coaches, but a lot of coaches, top coaches, will put their calls with their teams on YouTube. So most of the time you can type in a top coach name or a topic in there, and you will find other awesome coaches that have done calls on those things as well. Trainings and team calls. You are a part of a training now, so you're doing the coach mentorship training. We also usually have quarterly Diamond Dash trainings where you're going to have a live Emerald training with us next Monday. So our entire team has a team happy hour on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. That is one that you do not want to miss ever, every week. You want to put that on your calendar. If you can't catch that one live, it is they all are recorded, but I will just say and stop there. There is power in catching these calls live. It feels a lot more one-on-one. You can ask questions, you can be interactive. Also, it shows us the people who are really investing in their business and who cares. And so you want to make those team calls a priority, the Tuesday 8 p.m. Central calls. Also, corporate has a national wake-up call every single Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And so you want to probably catch those calls as well. It's usually a coach story and some type of tangible, tactical information that you can apply to your business. What else? The challenge group. I'll show you guys that. I've talked about that a lot. So for anybody that's on this call, you are welcome to be a part of this and add people. And if your upline coach has something that's dedicated, you're welcome to do that as well. I think most of my people give the option for both. But this is our Faith Over Fear Fit Club, and we've got kind of a starting point. We've done all the work for you, technically. So if you don't want to start your own and put all this work in, you can just add people here. But if you want to lean in and love on your people and create your own challenge group, then feel free to do that as well. But we've got a welcome and they introduce themselves. I have also have learning tabs with different videos, how to do things. And so it's an excellent resource. You can just pop in a new challenger and tag them in the welcome. They can introduce themselves. We do rate your days. We do share your food. We do sweaty selfies. So we have some pretty generic prompts each day. And the sisterhood in this group is incredible. And like I said, if your coach has something dedicated for your team, then talk to them as well. But this is a resource for everybody. But the challenge group, I will say, no matter which one you do, whether it be your personally sponsored coach or with mine, or you do your own, you need to show up like a challenger. You need to be your best challenger, because your people are going to do probably half of what you do, but you want to be your own best challenger. If you're not showing up in there every day and doing your sweaty selfie and sharing your food and rating your day or whatever it is, if you're not sharing your journey in your challenge group too, I know sometimes as coaches, we share on our timelines and our stories, and we forget to get in those challenge groups. Your challengers need to see you every day. And I think it's a more personal way to show up. So when I'm on my timeline, I've got my Instagram preset, whatever it is. But when I'm in my challenge group, it's more like they get to see the raw, like sweaty, like gross, disgusting, like the struggle is real, right? So you want to be your own best challenger. The next thing is the business activity tracker and the slave a day. And before I get into that, I want to stop and see if any of the leaders have any anything to add about those resources.
I wanted to say something, because I remember feeling this way, but I remember there being so much training, right? Because as you just said, you can go YouTube or you can do Beachbody Champion, everything you just listed. It can feel overwhelming because you're like, I don't know which direction to go in first. I'm not sure. And if you're like me, you want to kind of have it all lined up and perfect and then start your business. And I'm going to tell you right now that the best advice I could give is that it will build on top of each other. Take nuggets that you can start using. Don't worry about having it all perfect, and you'll start refining it. So, I've listened to probably a million trainings. I listen to them in the car. That's like my biggest advice too. It's like Audible constantly. I've always got one going in my ear. And, I've probably listened to 20 on challenge groups alone. And do I do everything that's in all of those trainings for challenge groups the exact way that coach is doing? No, but I have learned bits and pieces that have worked for me and my crew. And so I would just say, take as many notes as you can, digest as much as you can, but don't overthink it and start using things that feel like you. Because I think that, you know, just like we are as challengers and humans, like there's all of us have different personalities. And so, you know, you're going to find your niche. And if you overanalyze from the beginning, you'll just kind of have analysis paralysis. So just start using things that will work for you. And then you'll figure out what doesn't work too, by the way. You'll be like, oh, that doesn't work. I'm going to try something different. So that's probably my biggest piece of advice on that.
Yes, absolutely. So I love that. And the best, like, we've created this for you. We're handing you on a silver platter the things that you need to know first. So this Coach University, we've broken it out into these 3 weeks. This is the stuff that you should prioritize and do first, and get on the, I mean, we have one tomorrow. Well, tomorrow night is a Success Club call. So if you hit Success Club last month, then you are on that call. But the National Wake Up Call, there's one right now from today on, it's Team Beachbody 411 on Facebook. And so the National Wake Up Call from today is already there, so you're welcome to do that. But I would say for these next 3 weeks, we've provided the things that you should do. All of that being said, the next thing I'm going to show you is how you take the learning and activities and put them into action. And it's called the Business Activity Tracker and the Slay the Day. You should get started with these things immediately. And even if you don't, I know some people are like me, all or nothing, and I'm a little Miss Perfectionist. So if I've got a checklist, I want to cross all the little checks off the box. And I'm going to go ahead and encourage you to get started on this today, if not tomorrow, but at least tomorrow, and start checking off boxes, even if you just check off 1 or 2. But you want to get into the habit of action and not just digesting all the information. So this is how you do it. There is power in tracking and accountability. So these resources here, this is a Slay the Day. I actually created this last year before this other, we lovingly call it the BAT, Business Activity Tracker. So I did the Slay the Day before the BAT was created. The Business Activity Tracker is something that the company saw that the most successful coaches in this business were doing something like this every single, at least weekday. I take weekends off, but that successful coaches were tracking their activity and putting in consistent action every single day. And so this was my daily Slay the Day. And the company has taken it and put it in a business activity tracker. This is the entire week. And the Beachbody week starts on Thursday. We wake up, we get paid, we have rank advancements on Thursday. And so your week with Beachbody runs Thursday until Wednesday. You have until Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Central Time to get in if you want to rank up that week. But this right here, it talks about all of the things, and you're going to hear me, and I think the next slide, talk about the vital behaviors. And the Business Activity Tracker breaks down those 4 vital behaviors into daily actions: working out, drinking your shake, connecting, inviting, and following up with people. It even gives you a checklist of 6 things you can do every single day on your Instagram stories to be a successful coach. And so if you do these activities every single day, in here I usually write down the number of invites or touches that I send out, getting people results, personal development, all of these things, tracking your followers, and number of new challengers, and number of new coaches. And I know all of this is probably Greek to some of you right now, but watching the National Wake Up Call, doing the team calls on Tuesday, your coach probably has a call with a smaller, more intimate call with just them. I know I have a call with my personally sponsored coaches the 2nd Thursday of each month. So that's coming up this week. And then the 4th Tuesday of each month, we have me and all of my downline, a smaller, more intimate call. Those other Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central calls are with Emily and Ashley's teams as well. And the training is super valuable. Usually it lights a fire under me for the week. But this Business Activity Tracker, what I actually did is I printed out black and white because it's cheaper front and back, and had them printed at Office Depot and spiral bound for the number of weeks that were left in the year, and actually just carry them around in my purse. And I utilize this as my daily checklist. So you are going to have homework tonight, and you're going to see me post the homework for the rest of the week. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. This is your homework for tonight, is getting the business activity tracker. And if you guys are like type A like me, it's going to bother you starting on a Monday when it really starts on a Thursday, but it's fine. We're going to start today and we'll fill it out until Wednesday, and then we'll start a new one on Thursday morning. But this is your first homework. This is crucial to your success, okay? So you want to utilize the, I like a daily, so I do the Slay the Day and the weekly, but I'm starting to transition just to the weekly because it has everything you need. So there's that. Any questions about tracking the Slay the Day, the business activity tracker, or anything any of the leaders want to add? Okay, and this can be found in the back office. The way I find it, I bet you can guess. I just Google Beachbody Success Club System, Business Activity Tracker. I pull up the Success Club FAQ, and there's a drop down that says the Success Club System, and then find the Business Activity Tracker here, and I click on here and find it. It's fine. So get you a Business Activity Tracker. All right. If you don't hear anything else tonight, hear this. So the 4 vital behaviors. In this business, there is no secret. I promise. I was like, surely there is. And I would watch training after training after training, thinking that some of these top coaches were going to tell me this secret to making this business work. A secret, there is no secret. It's putting these 4 things in and day out, at least 5 days a week. And so the first thing is, you guessed it, taking care of you, being proof the products work. So doing your workout and drinking your shake. You can't expect for other people to do it if you're not doing it yourself. So you lead by example, you get the transformation, you get results, and then you help other people do the same thing. But the first thing is pressing play, drinking your shake or mom crack or whatever it is every single day, taking care of you. So if you ever feel overwhelmed in this business, and some of us do, go back to step 1 and start back over. Take care of yourself. The next thing is share, connect, invite, and follow up. And this is where everybody has a panic attack, because this is the stuff that we're all afraid to do. I'm an extreme introvert. I don't know about you guys. I can talk on these all day, but like talking to people, I'm like, oh my gosh, stress city. So share, connect, invite, follow up. For sharing, we already talked about sharing your journey authentically on social media, on your timeline, on your stories. Old fashioned, when you meet people in public, gasp, right? At the grocery store or in an elevator or whatever. Sharing your journey with people, because it's a gift that deserves to be shared. There are people that feel like you when you started. For me, there are Heathers sitting on their couch with no energy that need this gift of a firm foundation that we have started. Start conversations and talk to people. Invite them to join your next group. You should look at the calendar now and think about, when am I going to start my very first boot camp? Or if you've been here a while, my next one, right? My next boot camp starts June. We're in June, Heather. June 17th. I'm also going to start another one on July 29th, and probably somewhere in between, because the new program that I pulled up the FAQ and I'm testing out is going to launch for VIPs on July 29th. So I already have that date in mind, and I'll probably do something in between. So you want to strategize and start thinking about the date for your next challenge group, and just start asking people like, hey, I'm starting to do this, or I've been doing this for a while and it's changing my life. I would love an accountability partner. Why don't we do this together? My grandma coach, Ashley, loves her some Taylor Swift. And she describes this as, when Taylor Swift was coming to her town, she called up her bestie and was like, girl, we have to go see T Swift. She's coming to town. And of course her friend was like, yeah, girl, I'm going to get my ticket. Let's do this. It'll be so much fun. And they went to the concert together. Think about this like that. Don't think of it. You're not selling anything to anybody. You're just sharing something that you're learning to love with people that you love. And so that's what I mean by share, connect, invite, and then follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. People are busy. You're going to message people, you're going to talk to people, and they're going to ghost you. They're not ignoring you. Don't take it personal. People are just busy, or they're freaking afraid. Okay. I ghosted my coach for 4 months before I actually joined her. Okay. So follow up with people, because a lot of people will thank you eventually for, you're not bugging them, right? People will eventually thank you for following up with them every single month. I have people that thank me a year and a half later that I invited last February when I started this, for not giving up on them. So remember people and follow up. Personal development. We're going to have a whole day dedicated to this, because this is how important this is. This business, and I can say this with this team, but the enemy is going to attack this. You are doing something good. You are sharing a gift with people. You are being a light unto the world, and the enemy is going to love nothing more than to attack it. And you know where he can attack you? Your mind and your confidence. So you've got to be pouring into your cup. And the way that we do this is through personal development. I know people roll their eyes and it sounds really hokey, but I can tell the coaches that do not do personal development. For me, I usually do some type of faith-based personal development every day, whether it be a Jesus Calling or a 1-year Bible app or something like that. So I pour into, because I'm all about body, mind, and spirit. And so I pour into that faith side or my personal strength. And then I also read something that gives me a kick in the pants when it comes to working this business. So something that makes me get vulnerable or get to work, right? So my faith personal side, I pour into that personal aspect, and I also pour into that business entrepreneur aspect as well. You don't have to do both, but my husband actually he looks on YouTube and he'll just be like morning motivation, and then he listens to something that kicks him in the pants for the morning. But you need to do personal development every single day. Okay, so Tanya is actually going to be talking about this, and she's going to be sharing 6 books that we as a team have come together and recommend for getting started. So if you need a kick in the pants, you do, I'm telling you. So everybody, one of your homeworks is to choose one of those 6 and to get started. If you hate reading, no excuses here. So if you hate reading, there's Audible, okay? So you can have it read to you, or you can read, or whatever. No excuses. Personal development every day. All right. And then the 4th one is recognition and getting people results. You want to celebrate the wins along the way, the small wins, the big wins, all the wins. So on your journey, if you can wear something that you couldn't wear before, or your challengers share, we do non-scale victories, because I don't want the only wins to be the scale and people's clothes. Like, how do you feel? So you want to celebrate your own journey and your people as well. So those are the 4 vital behaviors. And in that business activity tracker, it's going to have you doing those things every single day. So if you're doing the BAT, you're doing these things. All right, leaders, anything to add? Okay. Selena said Audible is her jam. I know she listens to it on the way to work. It's fun. I do both. I'm an underliner, so I like to read and I'm a book nerd. Belle was my favorite princess. So I like to smell a book and underline a book. I love having the book, but also when I clean the house, I also like to multitask too. So I listen to Grant Cardone when I clean, because I hate cleaning, y'all. I hate it. And Grant Cardone will kick you straight in the pants. And so I listen to him while I clean the house. And then I feel like I can do anything. So vital behaviors. Okay, the next thing is Success Club. You're going to hear us talk a lot about Success Club, and this is your first goal as a new coach. You simply want to help 3 people get started with a program and a challenge pack just like you got. So Shakeology or Performance and some type of program. To hit Success Club, not only do you need to help those 3 people, but you also must have 90 PV on HD. And I was like, what is, my husband jokes. He's like, oh, is this for the PV? And so PV means personal volume, and HD means home direct. If you're continuing to get your shakes performance, you can get 3 boxes of bars. I actually rotate it each month. So sometimes I do chocolate vegan, sometimes I do chocolate or cafe latte, sometimes I got strawberry coming in the mail for summer. I'll do 3 boxes of bars. I'll do my mom crack and recover for my muscles. So I like to rotate and try all the different things, because how can I help people if I'm not actually using the products myself? And so every single month, your goal, bare minimum goal, this is not required, like you're not kicked out of the club if you don't do it, but your goal for yourself, this should be a non-negotiable if you want to be successful in this business, either as a part-time hobby coach or a full-time coach. What this means when you help 3 people is that you're covering the cost of your shakes. That's why I became a coach when I first started. I wanted to cover the cost of my shakes and my journey and not have this cost my family anything. And so when you help 3 people get started with a challenge pack, you're in income making zone. So you want to help 3 people do that and make sure you're utilizing your products as well. You want to hit Success Club, you want to start with your friends and family as you grow your cold market. So and I hate that word, cold market. It's all things are warm around here on this coach family. So when I first started, I actually went down my Facebook friends list A to Z 3 times. So don't say you've ran out of people or anything like that. Go through the people that you know. Ask your friends, just like the T-Swift concert. This is a concert. This is a party, right? So you want to invite people to the party. Start with the people that you know as you start to share your journey, and then you're going to attract people that are going to follow you. You've got to add value to people's lives, but that is where you start, with the people you know. So I should have made this homework for today. It's not, but I say you should write down on a piece of notebook paper. Actually, I think this is one of the homeworks later on in Coach U, but I would write down on a piece of paper like 10 people that you could invite to the party and start with those people. But this is your goal, and there's huge reasons why. And so achieving Success Club in your first 3 months, 3 full months. So if you have just joined in June, it would be July, August, September, or you could do it in June, July, August. But your first full 3 months as a coach, if you hit Success Club, then you get a free ticket to that annual conference that I talked about, which we call Coach Summit. You want to be there. And so last year I earned my free ticket to Summit, and earning it all year. Like I said, this is your bare minute, like this is your non-negotiable. The company actually rewards you for just doing what you really should do as a coach. And so if you earn Success Club, I want to say your first, it's like month 1, 3, 6, 9, and 12, you get rewards. And so they send you a t-shirt, a backpack. This what some of them are like cool swag type things, and then some of them are kind of ridiculous. But this is my trusty Joel Freeman bobblehead. He sits with me on my desk. My husband doesn't like him, probably because I think Joel is attractive. The bobblehead, not the real Joel, obviously. And then Beachbodyopoly game. Those are the silly ones, right? But they got t-shirts. The 12-month one this year is a gorgeous set of luggage. So just by doing the bare minimum non-negotiable thing that you should do, you win swag and things like that. If you earn Success Club all year, and you don't even have to do it every month, but if you do it pretty consistently throughout the year, you actually earn your way towards an all-inclusive trip or 2 to somewhere tropical. We went to the Bahamas and a private island this past year, and then this coming year it's to Punta Cana in the Dominican. So all-inclusive for 2. Awesome opportunity just for hitting Success Club every month. So write that down. This should be your non-negotiable, whether you're a hobby or a full-time coach. This one I'm really excited about because we just got back. So for my team, the Faith Over Fear Team Leader Retreat, you also have the opportunity to get a spot on this. So if you're one of my personally sponsored coaches, this applies to you. If you are not one of my personally sponsored and one of the beautiful leaders that you see here is your coach, get with them and make sure their requirements are the same. But new coaches must meet the following qualifications for a paid spot. If you're an older coach on here, the qualifications are a little bit different. But for new coaches, you must reach diamond rank within your first 100 days. You must hold diamond for 6 consecutive weeks once you hit diamond. And then you must maintain diamond for 6 weeks of each subsequent quarter. So not the quarter you hit it in, but the other quarters after that. You don't have to hit it 6 consecutive in those subsequent quarters. You just have to be diamond 6 weeks out of the 12 of that quarter. And then you need to hit Success Club every month, starting the first full month as a coach. So if you just joined and June is your first month as a coach, we'll give you July to hit it. I will say that I signed up February 20th as a coach, and by February 28th, so in 8 days, I had hit it. So it is absolutely possible. We're at the 10th of the month, so you've still got plenty of time. But starting your first full month as a coach, you should hit Success Club every single month, and we are going to build a grace in there. I'm actually wearing, my shirt says Give Grace. So we will give you 3 grace months because I know life happens and things like that. So those are the qualifications to earn a paid spot for my personally sponsored coaches. And coaches that don't meet the requirements above, we had so much fun in our trip last year, and it was such a sisterhood and bonding experience, not to mention training and learning as well. Corporate flew out all the way from Utah and gave us some training, which was super cool. They don't do that for all teams. So coaches that don't meet the requirements above they're eligible to go, but must pay for their spot. You have to be an active Emerald or above, and spot invitations will be sent out in order of Success Club accumulation. So Success Club is how you earn this trip in addition to being diamond. And I guess the big caveat is to go on the trip at all, we must reach 2020 Elite as a team. Last year, we went from inception to Elite within 10 months, which I'm pretty sure was a company record. Elite is one of the highest, if not the highest rank that you can reach as a team for Beachbody. And my girls can attest, it is truly a team effort. And so we must reach 2020 Elite as a team, and we will celebrate the sisterhood and the success at our team retreat last year, or this year. We're all like vicariously still living at the beach right now. But we got kind of like a little mansion at the beach with a little golf cart, had a pool, and it was just so much fun and sisterhood and relaxing. And I really wish I could take you guys on one every single month or at least once a quarter, but I can't. So we are already planning for this one now. So that's how you earn that. I don't know if anybody wants to add anything about that other than it was just a great time. You'll want to be there. All right, next thing, I'm going to kind of speed things up. So step 1, commit to a boot camp start date. Like I said, my next one is June 17th. Usually you want to give yourself, back out of the calendar, pick a date, and then the date your challenge group is going to start, the week before that should be your enrollment deadline. And then give yourself another week or 2 to recruit for the boot camp. You've got to give yourself time. So if you look at the calendar now, you probably want to set your boot camp start date for probably at least 3 weeks from today if you don't have one on the calendar now. You can either host your own group. Kayla said this earlier, team up with another coach. I know my very first challenge group, I teamed up with coaches that started coaching the same time as me. So if you want to get in that coach family group for our upline and say, would anybody want to run a challenge group together, then you can do that. Team up with people or ask your coach if she has one and things like that. This is just an example. So this is actually Ashley, our grandma coach, and you can see this was after she had her baby. So if you're like, I don't really have a transformation, what do I do? At this point, she was starting completely over. She had just had a new baby. She did not have a transformation to show. She was the before picture, but she was at a gym. She had her stuff out, her mom crack. So you never, rule of thumb, don't say program names or product names. Okay, so don't say Energize, don't say Shakeology, don't say Lift 4 or 80-Day Obsession. I've broken these rules, but I'm just telling you, Do what I say, not what I do. So you want to post your journey. My very first post to invite somebody to a boot camp was my fridge. My coach said, start sharing the journey from the beginning. So I just opened my fridge and shared a picture of my fridge that said I was getting started on this journey. This was for me. This was one of my very first transformations. I had lost less than like 5 pounds at this point, but I had a little bit of confidence and the light was starting to come in my eyes. It wasn't full as it is now, but it was starting to get there. You could see a little bit of a difference in my face and my confidence. And I actually picked a day. I said 80-day obsession. Don't do that. But I had a date and maybe I lost 15 pounds. It's fine. But I started trying to dispel objections publicly. Don't be afraid to say, I don't have time. What did I say? I don't know what to eat. I don't have motivation. I don't know if I'll stick to it. I don't know if I can afford it. So I started trying to dispel objections publicly and then invited them to the challenge group. I will say, this leads into the next slide. Most people are too intimidated to, I always say, drop a heart emoji or fill out the boot camp application in my bio if I'm on Instagram. The intimidation is mutual. So just as afraid of sending private messages as you are, they're just as afraid to drop a heart emoji on your post. So this stuff right here lets them know that the party is happening, but you need to get up in their inbox to let them know that they're personally invited. At one of our quarterly super weekend events, another top coach talked about, think about it if you posted an invitation to a literal party on your timeline. You said, hey, this Saturday I'm having a party at my house. Everybody's invited. All are welcome, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see that and you're going to be like, well, that sounds really fun. I wish I could go to the party. I don't know if she means me. Like if she really wanted me to come, she'd probably, call or text me or message me, right? But you see the invite to the party. But a girlfriend got up in your inbox and was like, hey girl, I'm having this party Saturday. Here's the address. Everybody's going to bring their favorite dip. So I would love for you to bring yours. It starts at whatever time. I can't wait to see you there. Aren't you more likely to go to the party if she's all up in your inbox? Yes. So that's what this is. So you post publicly to get people interested, but your invites are what's going to get people into it. Okay. So your first invites, because everybody's scared of this, and don't worry, I'm going to do a inviting 101 training on this and give you all my tips and scripts and all the things. And so this 10,000 foot level, your very first invites, you're just having conversations. Your goal is not to sell. Your goal is to plant the seed. Say that again. Your goal is not to sell. Your goal is to plant the seed. You're just getting to know people, inviting them. You want to connect with at least minimum 3 to 5 people a day, 20 new people a week. So literally tomorrow, I want you to be sending out 3 to 5 invites to your next challenge group. Okay? Scary, I know. Just try it. The fear will go away. So you're not reaching out to close them. You're reaching out to open the door. So take the pressure off of yourself and don't take it personal, because people are going to ignore you. People are going to say no. They're going to give you all the objections. We've got a whole lesson on objections. They're not objecting and rejecting you. They're just afraid. Look at objections as an open door. If somebody responds back to you, at least they responded. They're cracking the door open and they're like, I don't know if I have the time. I'm really busy. Okay. I say it that way because obviously excuse. And I'm like, oh, really? I don't talk to people like this, but this is how, in my head. Really? You're busy? Because I'm pretty sure you just scrolled for 20 minutes on social media. You're telling me you don't have 20 minutes a day to join me in this workout party? You do, right? And so when people object, they're just opening the door for you to dispel their objection. We'll talk fully about objections later on this week. You want to be brief, excited, not too excited. Don't end every sentence with an exclamation point. We'll get into that further. But be brief, be excited, and end every single message with a question or a call to action. Because if you don't say, what do you think about that? How does that sound? Whatever, if you don't end with a question, the conversation's going to stop. And then you're going to have to pick it back up, and it feels weird. So end with a question or a call to action. They know you're expecting a response. I already kind of said this, you want to welcome and recognize objections as part of the process. The best answer to an objection is a question. Oh, really? You don't have time? Why do you say that? Like, everybody's got 20 minutes in the day. You also want to relate. Me too. Because people don't want to just hear like, no, that's dumb. That's an excuse. People want to hear, yeah, me too. And that's how I felt. And here's how I did it. And here's how I now feel. So that's how you want to relate to people. Use scripts in the file section of the team page. If you go to that coach family page, there are scripts for almost every program. For Lift 4, for T20, for 80-Day Obsession. I will create one for Morning Meltdown 100 when it comes out. We have them for Ultimate Portion Fix. We have them for 21-Day Fix. We have scripts for everything. I hate the word scripts because it sounds really weird. All the scripts are those frequently asked questions, and we found as coaches, we were having the same conversations over and over with people, and it took a really long time to type it. And it was like, for me, I was like, why don't I work smarter and not harder? And so I put the typical conversation flow into a script that you will need to put in your own word and language, because it's going to sound like me if you use the script exactly. And also it's going to be really super awkward if we all send out the same junk about programs. So you want to make it your own, but utilize the scripts in the file section of the team page. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Follow up forever. This is a question I get all the time. How many times do you follow up? Until they join you or tell you to freaking stop messaging them. Okay? You follow up forever because people don't want to be forgotten about. Okay? So follow up until they either say, and even people that say stop messaging me, if they're still watching your stuff and liking your stuff, they really want to be a part of it. Okay? So continue to follow up. Don't be afraid of the cost. It's an amazing value. You'll see in the scripts that I break down the value first and then talk about the cost. You never, when somebody asks you for the cost, you never want to be like, well, actually it's $180 and da-da-da. Lead with the value and then break down the cost in a relatable way. And you'll see how we do that. But you have to believe in the value if you're going to get other people to invest. Okay. So you've got to believe in it yourself. Never send them a link. Okay. We don't send links ever, because here's what's going to happen. They're going to go to the Team Beachbody website and get over freaking whelmed. Okay. There's so much there. They're going to get lost. They're going to sign up for some junk that you didn't want them to sign up for. The best value for them is going to be a challenge pack, but bottom line, you want to get to know them in private conversation and use your coach expertise to suggest the program that's best for their goals and their lifestyle. And then you will send them a share cart. Okay. And we talk about that in the Coach University. And then don't show up and throw up. You want to keep it short and sweet. A lot of people talk themselves out of the conversation. Like once they're in, like, get the share cart. Okay. So you don't want to word vomit all over people. Okay. Now I'm really having to speed up. Thank you guys for sticking with me. So your second goal as a coach, other than Success Club, is reaching Emerald rank. Emerald means a couple of things, and we're going to have a dedicated Emerald training, but it's U+2. And what Emerald does is it unlocks free leads, and it also unlocks bonus potential. Usually Emerald is your first coach or discount coach, and then your spouse or parent or some type of account that you can control. Again, don't stress about that. We have a dedicated day on that next Monday. Okay. So Emerald, you want to share your journey on social media. You're a coach, but that's not all you are. My phrase for this is be more than Beachbody. You want to post at least one post a day, like minimum. Okay. Since I became a coach on February 20th, 2018, Monday through Sunday, there is not a single day I have not posted on my Instagram timeline. Okay. And I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm saying it's what I've done to be successful. And not every day is a sweaty selfie or me and my shake or mom crack or whatever. I share myself beyond Beachbody. Give you an example, again, dedicated day and coach you about this. It's going to be one of your homeworks to decide what you are beyond Beachbody. But what would you want them to get from it, and would it stop your scroll? So here, our upline coach, Ashley, her daughter and personal development and working the coach business from anywhere. It's bright and bold, and you see a transformation there. She shares workout clothes. She's a salad. Like, she's adding value. She's a dog mom. With my coach, Emily, her husband's in the military, so you see him there, and he's a big part of it. She's pregnant. She went through a huge infertility journey, so she shares that. Her dogs are all but Insta-famous. I think she jokes like half of her followers are because Miss Goose, which is her Samoyed. But her pregnancy journey, her like braiding skills are out of this world, so a lot of people follow her for her hair stuff. You want to be more than Beachbody. What value can you add in this world? It might be motivation. For me, it's faith, family. I joke and say food fails because I'm really bad at cooking. People know me now for my air fryer recipes. I'm a professor, things like that. You want to just like, what are you beyond Beachbody? All right. Power of consistency and patience. For this is an example of Ashley long time ago. So you want to share, not sell. And this is an example of a post that she did very early on. And this is salesy. This is what you want to not do. Okay. She got 3 likes and 1 comment. It was not personalized in any way. It is not scroll stopping. If somebody was going to purchase this from this Beachbody ad, they would just go to the Beachbody page. Right? It didn't tell a story. It screams sales. Like anybody was going to stop their scroll. I think the one person that commented was somebody that was already doing the program. Okay. Now this one got 3.6 thousand likes, 133 comments. It was personalized, eye-catching. She's got a bright sports bra on, and it shares a journey and it tells a story and it inspires others. I'm not saying that you have to, like some of us do post pictures in our sports bras or bathing suits or whatever, but you absolutely don't have to do that. That's a question that I get a lot. We do have, I have pastors' wives and people who are in ministry and things like that. Showing your stomach is not a requirement for being a coach. So don't utilize that as an excuse. You can still share your journey and your transformation wearing clothes. Okay. But you see the difference. You don't want to be salesy. You don't want graphics. You don't want to do like collages, things like that. You want it to be you and your story and your life. You want to share, not sell. Okay. Now this is getting down to the nitty gritty, but what would you do with an extra $800? And this just breaks down what we call residual income. So in month 1, if you do what we told you to do, you will get the new customer commission. It's usually about $50 per challenge pack, and we told you to do 3 a month. You would earn $150. You're going to cover the cost of your investment. Month 2, you get the new customer commission because you're going to also help 3 more people. But then you're going to get the Shakeology or performance commission on those 3 people that ordered last month. So then you make $250. Month 3, you help 3 more people and you continue to get the residual commission on those 6 people that you helped the 2 months prior. So that is how your income grows. That's why Success Club isn't just something that we throw out there to hit just because. Success Club is the measure that if you're doing that, it guarantees that your business is growing. So you want to make Success Club your non-negotiable every single month. Okay. All right. So what's next? Start going through Coach University. I'm going to show you guys a slide in a second with the next steps, the whole week 1 schedule. We're going to be going through Coach University with you. You will watch the Facebook page because we're going to have supplemental lives. Some of you guys have already binge watched Coach University, and so you're here for the supplemental stuff. So welcome. Totally my tribe right there. So Coach University. And commit to your program. Drink your shake, do your performance, do your daily personal development. Start with the vital behaviors. Find the business activity tracker tonight and start checking things off, even if it's just one thing. Okay, you can count this call tonight as personal development. There's 1 check. All right. So you want to commit to your program and start committing to your own journey and fueling your body and your mind. Then you want to begin sharing your journey and inviting other people to join you. If you're not ready, and I have some coaches that have amazing transformations but are still sitting in the fear, they're not ready to share those transformations, that's fine. I want to shake you and push you off the cliff, and I am going to lovingly probably do so eventually. Mama bird pushes the babies out of the nest eventually, but if you're not ready to do that, share your fridge, share your meal tomorrow. There's a whole lesson on what we call coming out posts. My first coming out post was a picture of me and my daughter. And I realized that I was coming out from behind the camera. So my first post to invite people was not a transformation. So you can start to share this journey without doing the transformations at first. And so you want to begin sharing your journey. I did day 1, day 2, day 3. I ran out of fingers at day 10, and I got a felt board, and Brinley and I would start to hold up the days. So think of a creative way to share your journey day in and day out. Don't get overwhelmed. I know that's easier said than done. A ton of information was covered on this call. Again, if you guys have questions, comment them in the chat, but take it one step, one conversation, one goal at a time. Your first homework is to find the business activity tracker and start checking off those boxes tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want you to share a post, start inviting people, pick out your challenge group date, all of those things, but take it one thing at a time. Your first step is the business activity tracker. Take a deep breath, lean into the community and your coach. This is a true sisterhood and family. I have never been a part of something that has been more empowering, encouraging, and helpful. So lean into this team. So next steps, this is what this looks like. So today we've got the getting started right call. Tomorrow, any of these days that you see a number beside them, and we're posting these actually weekly in, it looks like this. We've posted the weekly schedule in the Facebook group, but Coach U Day, anything there's a number in Coach U Day, you on your own sometime during that day need to do that day's Coach University and the homework that goes along with it. So for tomorrow, you're going to do Coach U Day 1 about mastering your mindset. And then sometime throughout the day, Tanya is going to go live in the Firm Foundations Facebook group. I know there's a lot of Facebook groups, but we're going to try to help you keep them all in order. In the Firm Foundations Facebook group, Tanya will be going live talking a little bit more about mindset, because there is nothing more important to success in this business other than actually showing up every day. But you're not going to show up you'll show up like for 3 weeks and then quit if you do not master your mindset. So mastering your mindset, Tanya's going to recommend some personal development books or audibles if that's your jam for you. So each day, Coach University, the day, do the homework associated with it. Tonight, I'm going to post this. This is your homework checklist. So each day, watch for these as well. Tonight's homework is to find the business activity tracker, and I'm going to have a prompt for in the morning, and I want to see everybody's business activity tracker popping in there every single day on our Firm Foundations Facebook page. And then these are in the homeworks here are Coach University. And just stay tuned, watch the Facebook page for that. But for the rest of the week, you're going to do a Coach U Day. And most days, except Thursday, we give you a break. We will have a live leader guest in the Firm Foundations Facebook. So I am excited about this. I don't know if you guys have any additional questions. I did have some final thoughts. We do have a checklist. So in the end of the 3 weeks, what you will accomplish is the Getting Started Right call. So those of you that like checklists, you have one thing to check off. So you can check off the Getting Started Right call after tonight. You're going to do Coach University's days 1 through 15. So if you follow this, you'll get those. You're going to reach Emerald rank, your first rank in this business, to unlock bonuses and free leads. And we'll talk more about that. There will be a live training next Monday on that. And then you want to hit Success Club, and you have time this month to do it, but at least by the end of July. So, but we're saying we're going to be ambitious, kind of not really ambitious. We're just going to say by July 1st, do all 4 of these things. And then on July 1st, we're going to have a live graduation celebration Zoom call with all of you guys that have finished those things. Now, here are my final thoughts. So mindset matters. You guys are going to hear us talk about mindset a lot, so get used to it. Mindset matters. Tanya is ready to talk about that tomorrow. And then you heard me, I think, say this earlier, but you're only going to be as successful as you are consistent. So get in your mind that you have made a commitment to yourself and taking care of you, number one, and helping others with this gift. My last three things: give yourself grace. So my Give Grace shirt, give yourself grace, stay in your lane, okay? And what that means is if you look right or left, everybody goes at a different pace in this business. So some people are going to be like the racehorse, coming out of the gates, just hitting first place, whatever. Some people are going to sprint right out of the gates. And then, so those are our tortoises. And some people are going to be the hares, and they're going to start a little bit slower, but they may walk, but they're going to see consistency and build trust and see success as well. So know that you can be the tortoise or you can be the hare, but you need to put your blinders on and stay in your lane and focus on yourself and your journey. Next thing is find your pace. Like I said, tortoise, hare. You're going to hear us talk about walking, running, and jogging. So I don't want you are on a team, like I said, number 30, number 3, number 1. You are on a team where there are going to be people that are full-on sprinters. I am a full-on sprinter. Some people may say I'm crazy. Maybe I am. But I would rather you, and it may be different in seasons. You may be a full-on sprinter at first, and life may happen, and you need to jog for a season or walk for a season. But you're going to hear me say it today and over and over and over. I would rather you walk than walk away. Okay? You started this for a reason. Don't uproot and doubt what you planted in faith. You are a part of Team Faith Over Fear. Let your faith be greater than your fear. My phrase is, the greater your faith, the smaller your fear. So get to work on yourself, and you are going to help and inspire other people. It doesn't matter the pace, and you will find the pace and balance that works for you in your life. I get a little passionate at that end part, don't I? Okay, let's see. Awesome. And Selena said, yeah, absolutely. Don't worry about having that bat perfect. You don't have to check all the boxes. Really, the homework is I want you to find it. So I want you guys to Google and figure out. I was going to show you in the Coach Online office, but I'm going to see if you guys can find it. I know you can. So I want you guys to Google Beachbody Success Club System Business Activity Tracker and find it. And then I want you to post sometime between now and tomorrow the business activity tracker with at least a box or two checked off. And like Selena said, I don't check every box every single day, but I check some boxes. I do the vitals. Okay, those 4 vital behaviors are my non-negotiable: taking care of myself, taking care of my body, so workouts and nutrition, my mind, personal development, helping other people, and celebrating success. I do those 4 things every day. I show up in my timeline. I show up in my stories. And I keep my blinders on, don't compare, and I work at the pace that I know works for me and my life and my goals. All right? So we're going to meet you where you are and help you reach your goals. So whether you're a hobby coach and you're just trying to like cover the cost of your shakes, we all said that in the beginning too, or you're ready to run and make a full-time income out of this, we are ready to meet you exactly where you are. So I'm really excited. Leaders, I don't know if you have, I know I talked fast and we went a little bit over time, but if you have anything to add, feel free to add. Anybody?
I'll say something real quick.
Okay.
So we're really excited for this, and just know that like we're not asking y'all to do anything that we're not doing with you. Like we are going back through Coach U with all of you and doing all of the homeworks. Like you'll see all of us posted in there. So don't feel like we're asking you to do just a bunch of random stuff. Like we're doing it with you. So just know like we are legit in the trenches with you, running with you, and we're really excited about this.
Yes, I love it. And that is very true. None of us ever ask you to send a number of invites or to do anything that we're not doing ourselves. In fact, we kind of have a rule among us that we do twice of whatever we're asking you to do because we feel like it's only fair. So anything that we're asking you to do, it's absolutely right. We are doing it too. And we're excited. This is a refresher for us, and this is the first time we've done this as a team. We're really excited about it. We're putting a ton of time and energy into this because we all truly have such a passion for this, because this has changed all of our lives so much. And we are excited to welcome you to our sisterhood, for you to be a part of this. And again, lean in to, right now, your home base is the Firm Foundation's Facebook page. Lean into that community and the activities that we're doing there. Don't get overwhelmed, and just lean into this that we are providing. We love you guys so much. And if there are no other questions, I'll let you guys go for tonight. Don't forget, I'm going to post the weekly schedule is already in the Facebook page. I'm going to post that homework checklist. Make sure you do Coach U day 1 and the homework tomorrow, and watch. Tanya will probably pop in the Facebook page maybe an hour or two. She works full time. A lot of us do work full time, so it's possible. So Tanya's real busy, but she's going to pop in there maybe an hour or two before her live, just to let you know when it's coming. And if you don't catch it live for whatever reason, Facebook will keep it recorded and it will go on the Facebook wall. So make sure you catch that sometime, and try to keep up with the trainings and each day of the Coach U, because you don't want to get overwhelmed and behind. We do give you guys the weekend to play catch up if needed. But just like your workouts, I personally would not want to do all 6 of the week's workouts on Saturday. So do 1 a day. This is like workout for coaching. So I'm really excited about this. We love you guys. We're super excited about this mentorship, and we're looking forward to loving you and welcoming you and mentoring you, but being in the trenches with you as well. So thank you guys so much. Go find your bats. I'm about to post the homework and the prompts, and I will see all of your beautiful faces there. All right. Bye, guys.